Hey, motherfuckers. Welcome to hell, as my buddy Clarence said there a little bit ago. How's it going? Sickos, maniacs, even you fuckers and screwheads. Thanks for tuning in. I'm using my full name today, Michael Abominations. Nice to meet you. So, welcome to hell. This is episode 13, Comp CD Madness, part 1. We're going to talk about some compilation CDs. Let me grab them really quick. Yeah. You know, comp CDs were fucking awesome back in the day. There was quite a few of them. I know that Jail America did a pretty cool one. Was that Drown Productions had a really cool one. There was At Death's Door that Roadrunner did. That was really cool. And that whole group had a bunch of really cool death metal bands and killer death metal songs on there. And I picked 3 of my favorite to start off this part 1 episode of Ancient Old CD Compilations. So hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to play some tracks from some of the bands. I'm also going to do an old tape compilation episode at some point. There's a little preview. Yeah. What is that? What's on there? You'll find out. We'll find out at some point. That's in the works. Been gathering a group of tape compilations, and I got a bunch. I just got to kind of separate them. I can't do them all in one episode. That'd be too much to cover. So trying to figure out how to split it up. And also I'll be doing some of my favorite albums of all time episode as well. Death metal classics. Oh, that's all you get. That's all you get. That's all you get. Stuff like that. I don't want to ruin it. Gonna save that. Gonna do a top 20, top 10. I don't know. Maybe have to split it up, do like 20 through 11, then do 10 through 1. You know, sometimes my all-time favorites might fluctuate, but maybe I just might do my favorite death metal albums list in no particular order, except for maybe the top 5 or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I'll do that at some point. Do some LPs too. Little extra treat for you fucking sickos. Definitely probably can't play any of the songs that are on that list. You know, some of those death metal classic bands have gone on to big, huge things. So the copyright motherfuckers are going to come get me. But in the meantime, today we're going to focus on ancient death metal compilations. Let's fucking go. Okay, sickos. We're going to start with Appointment with Fear, classic compilation. Let's bring some images up. So some of these pictures, I apologize, try to get the best shots that I could of the actual compact disc and the layouts and whatnot. There's the brutal cover with the, we all know that motherfucker, the goat. And then there's the track list. So let's see here. before we get into the track list, let's talk about the label and the formation real quick. So let's talk about Cyber Music. They're the ones that put out the Appointment with Fear. So this compilation was put out in 1991. Cyber Music was out of Holland, the Netherlands, as you might know. And the label was founded in 1991. They mainly did CDs. They did put out some tapes. And some of the stuff they put out was pretty badass. They put out like 3 Agathocles CDs, the Razor Sharp Daggers, and a couple other ones. They put out a Cenotaph album, some Phlebotomized, a Transgressor album, and the classic Verathron, His Majesty at the Swamp. So they did some cool shit, you know? Very cool shit. And back to what I was talking about with the lineup on here. So there's 17 bands total on here. We got Misanthrope from France, Corporaphagist from Germany, Traumatic from Sweden, Superation from France, Dictator from Finland, Massacre from Colombia, Anguish from Finland, Transgressor from Japan, Grotesque from Sweden, Cenotaph from Mexico, Acheron, the Australian one, Shub-Niggurath from Mexico, Macaben from Sweden, Gianks from Sweden, Dead from Germany, Putrid Offal or Ophal from France, and Extinction Cerebral from Mexico. Classic stuff. There's the inside panel talking about the compilation and whatnot, and it's a cool fucking art frame. So yeah, welcome to the early 90s death metal shit. That's what it looked like. Pretty badass. Let's play a couple songs real quick before I get into the layout. Here's one of the first songs on the comp. This is the second song. Addiction to Self-Dismemberment by Corporaphagist. Check it out. Fuck yeah, it gives you a basic idea. That's the classic, just sewer-ridden death metal from back in the day. Killer band from Germany. And a lot of little grindy influence in there. But yeah, they were killer. I have that demo somewhere. I'll have to dig it up, put it on one of the Demo Stacks shows. But yeah, it was fucking killer stuff. This whole compilation is fucking killer. Pretty much every song is a banger. Here's Acheron with their classic Death of Millions. Fuck yeah, it gives you a fucking basic idea. This comp fucking rules. It's interesting too, because we laugh to the untrained ear, people that aren't used to enjoying death metal. If stuff like this might sound the same to everybody, but a lot of times the bands have their own unique sound. That's what I'm talking about. Have their own unique sound. So this comp, let's see, let me go grab the rest of the layout stuff to show you. We'll talk about it. So the layout's pretty cool. It unfolds. It's got a picture and a logo for most of the bands here. I think all of them are in here actually. So there's the list. And then it, basically each band has a little panel, little section here. Obviously the first band had a bigger area. Maybe they were connected more to the label, but anyways, yeah, that Superation logo is kind of dark up there, but it's actually dark on the print. But yeah, the fold out thing is really cool. So I'm just showing you what's in here. Each band's got their section with the address you can write to them, the song title, little logo, classic stuff. It's like a murderer's row of amazing underground death metal bands from back in the days. So there's that. G-Yanks, man, classic. They're not they kind of stand out on here, especially with Clouds of Cancer. It's got a little reggae in it. It's interesting. I mean, they're more of a punk hardcore band, but they're fucking amazing. A lot of the underground fucking death metal heads, we all love them too. I still love them to this day. One of my all-time favorite bands. But yeah, they're on here too because they were well loved in the good stuff. So yeah, that's the first compilation, Appointment with Fear. Played a couple tracks from it. Gives you an idea of what it sounds like. What a couple of the bands maybe you never heard of sound like, because there's some pretty well-known bands on here, but this one is definitely probably one of the more deeper underground CD compilations with some more obscure stuff. So definitely one of my all-time favorites. Glad I still have it. Had it for years, constantly listened to it, and I even was able to burn some MP3s from that CD and put it on various iPods and iPads and laptops and put it on my phone to listen to in the car because it's just fucking incredible and an absolute banger classic. One of my all-time favorites. So we will move on to the next compilation. All right, next up, this beast. PANTAGLIA, an international death metal compilation. I've heard it pronounced PANTAGLIA, PANTAGLIA. It's kind of funny. Everybody used to mispronounce this one back in the day. So this is a classic. Another Murderer's Row. Let's get into the label really quick that put this out, though. Let's see. MBR Records, Mangled Beyond Recognition Records, based out of Germany. Formed around 91, 92. This CD, I think they did an LP version too. I never got that one, but I did get the CD, and it was also put out in 92. The label did the Crematory Denial release. They did the Winterlong from God Macabre. They did that really fucking badass Grave Anatomia demo 12-inch on vinyl. I've talked about some of these releases before, and I've talked about this label before. Only a handful of releases, but what a fucking amazing set of releases, you know, including this comp, obviously. But they did the Insanity Death After Death. I think they did that on tape and CD, and then they did the Malediction. They did a Malediction 7-inch. So back to this great compilation. Got some images here. There's the cover. Better view. Pretty cool artwork there. Dude's getting pretty fucked up. Probably deserved it. And there's the list. God Macabre from Sweden. Malediction from England. Rotravor from here in the US. Disembowelment from Australia. Cadaver from Norway. Crematory from Sweden. Panthymonium from Sweden. Cenotaph again from Mexico because they ruled, so they have another song. Heider from Norway, and Therion from Sweden. Classic stuff. Now, that's basically the only inside stuff that they got going on. So there's a breakdown of the songs, a little bit of information on the bands. You know, you can write to them or whatnot. But this booklet is pretty basic. Not like, you know, we needed fancy shit back in the day, but come on, guys, you know. These other compilations have really awesome, impressive booklets in there with the logos and band photos and stuff like that. And these guys have these thank lists that they're thanking. I don't know. It's just confusing. Well, why are you going to waste time with? I mean, that's understandable. They got upcoming releases, information on other stuff they've done, you know, MBR Records. But then the people at the label have a thank list in here. It's just taking up room. Why? Why did you do that? Put the band shit in there. No one cares about your fucking thank list. So that's just me. Hey, who am I, right? But yeah, that's basically nothing special. I'm going to play a couple songs real quick. This is Cenotaph, Evoke Doom. Yeah, heavy fucking duty, Evoke Doom. And then here's Disembowelment with Extracted Nails. These are just a couple of my favorite songs from the comp. baby. So classic. There is an LP version out there. Never got one for my collection. If you want to spend like $500 or whatever, then go to Discogs and go look it up because it's on there. But yeah, just another example of some classic death metal compilation madness. Totally fucking killer. And yeah, go hunt it down. I mean, you can always, listen to these on YouTube. There are complete links with the whole compilation on there. You just gotta type in the information I'm giving you. You want to enjoy it on YouTube, you can do that. I'm sure you can find some Eastern European MP3 sites, or maybe like Malaysian MP3 sites or something that have all this stuff. Usually all the Eastern European ones pretty much have everything. So once it comes out one way or another, it's always over there. So you can download that shit too. These CDs are available on Discogs. People are selling them. I don't know if they're personal copies or what's going on with them. They ran across them at some point. So you can get the CD version for pretty cheap. I'm not really sure what countries they're coming from. A lot of these might be European because these labels are all European. So you have to pay the shipping price if you don't feel like paying $30-$40 for a CD. Then just listen to the fucking YouTube link and you'll be good to go. All right, on to the last compilation. Okay, sickos, last compilation. I'm only going to do 3 of these today. I'll probably keep it at that, keep these videos, particularly these old CD comps, kind of short. I do have a few more that I can dig up, but got some other stuff to concentrate on. I'm doing a really fucking cool interview tomorrow too that I'll be posting up either Sunday night or Monday morning. So this weekend I had some time, so I'm filming this video and an interview with an old friend tomorrow. You shall enjoy it. This is Projections of a Stained Mind. Huh. Guess I have seen that before, but they put it twice in the title. I don't know why they did that. Real quick, let's get into CBR Records, aka Chicken Brain Records. They're the ones that put this fucking beast out. Chicken Brain Records is from Sweden, and it goes all the way back to 1984. They were doing a lot of punk and hardcore stuff. So Swedish fucking hardcore rules. I love it. Asocial, Mob 47, fucking tons and tons of fucking killer bands. And they put out a lot of Distrode and put out a lot of that stuff. They're founded in 84. Now this Projections of a Stained Mind compilation came out in 91. So 84 they started, and then they started jumping into the death metal stuff in the early 90s, obviously. They put out a lot of cool stuff like the Entombed Life Goes On demo, Macrodex Infernal Excess demo tape. They did a Tiamat 7-inch. They did the Nirvana 2002 demo. They did the Unleashed Revenge 7-inch and some other fucking killer stuff too. So this comp, Projections of a Stained Mind, has Entombed. It's got Mayhem, 2 Mayhem songs, Grotesque, Therion, House of Usher, Merciless with also 2 songs, Unleashed, Nirvana 2002, Chronic Decay, Dismember, Macrodex, Traumatic, Tiamat, and Skull. So here is the cover. There you go. And then here's the back cover. Killer stuff. Classic. Pretty much like most of it. There's a couple bands on here that I was just going, not a big Skull fan. And Chronic Decay, that's kind of don't necessarily fit. The rest of it's fucking badass. I know that the author of the Swedish death metal book, he's not a real big black metal guy, so he was ragging on Mayhem in that book. And this compilation he was talking about said they didn't fit in on here. I disagree with that. I've always liked that old Mayhem stuff, and I think, yeah, it's different, you know. It's a little raw black metal, you know, but I think it's fucking badass. I mean, obviously, it's not as heavy as Macrodex or Nirvana 2002, but I think it's badass in its own right. But yeah, you know, this compilation is a fucking ultimate classic. Definitely one of my favorites. So let's get into some Macrodex with Cremation. Yeah, gives you an idea. Killer stuff. Definitely heavy fucking duty. And let's also play some Nirvana 2002 with their song Morning. Yeah, gives you an idea. Fucking all-time classic. So, cool story about this comp CD. So, I had a buddy, Bill Kim, and here he is right here. Crazy Bill. There he is, rocking the old school Entomb shirt, trying to eat somebody's foot because he's stoned and drunk probably, because you see those beers in the other picture in the background. That's what we used to do. Get wasted and listen to fucking death metal. And anyways, Bill was a buddy of mine, and he's actually the one that got this comp first. He showed up to my house one time, and me and I think it was like Sean from Gasp OG bass player, my buddy Sean Cole. We were hungover. We had a rager at my house, and it was sometime in the late morning, early afternoon. Bill showed up with this fucking comp. Have you heard this? Bill was really into the underground as well, and he was getting a lot of stuff, keeping track of a lot of stuff, and ordering stuff. And back then you didn't have the internet; you had mail order, so you get catalogs and stuff in the mail. Writing to bands, or you just get catalogs from distributors. By that time, Relapse mail order was growing. Nuclear Blast, Earache, all the labels, they had mail order, and they were distributing, especially Relapse. They were distributing a lot of stuff. Nuclear Blast was too, but Relapse were the main huge underground distributor back then. I mean, there was a lot of smaller ones like Red Stream, and I can't remember a lot of them off the top of my head, but there was a lot of sickos that were really cool distributing, all kinds of stuff, demos and CDs and LPs and fanzines and shirts and you name it. So Relapse was up there, and I want to say that he probably got this either from Relapse or maybe one of the European distributors, because this is import, this wasn't available. I mean, he might have got it at Wild Rags too, but anyways, he brought it over and was like, hey, Crazy Bill, man, love that guy. He's still around somewhere. I haven't seen him in years, man, but he's like, hey, you have this? Nope, he put it on, and holy shit. So I had to hunt it down myself, and I don't remember where I got this. But thanks, Bill. You're the man. Bill actually helped put out that first Morjon 7-inch Travesty, one of my favorite fucking all-time releases. Love it. He helped put it out with our buddy John Lee, Catatonic Records. So if you have that, that's Bill and John that put that motherfucker out. So we were all good friends with Morjon, and me, John, and Bill actually went to Jim Barnes' studio in Santa Ana, and during when Morjon was recording that 7-inch, we were hanging out with them, got to hear it. Matt from Mind Rot played the keyboards on there, credited as Matty F. That was classic. He was always bummed out about that. But anyways, thanks again, Bill, for getting me into Projections of a Stained Mind. And wherever you are, you're the fucking man. Miss you, brother. So here's the layout. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's just really basic, but just obviously fucking iconic photos. The Entomb song's fucking killer too. It doesn't have that same Left Hand Path production, but it's fucking killer. So yeah, it has there's the two Mayhems songs. Grotesque, Darion, classic. Grotesque has a little bit more information about their track on there. But I mean, this comp it's just insane how many fucking killer bands are on here. House of Usher, Merciless with their 2 songs. Fucking killer. Like I said, basic layout, but logo, band photo, info. Fucking perfect. Unleashed. Nirvana 2002, killer. Chronic Decay, Dismember. Fucking rocking my old Dismember demo shirt today. Oh yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to my friends. Actually, the Texas boys, John and Eric, did their big Dismember event this weekend down in San Antonio. Seems like it was a raging success, so congratulations to them. Speaking of Dismember, and had some friends on the East Coast actually, I think, booked their show prior to that, the night before, I believe. So I don't have as much information on that. I know Undergang's in town, and they were on one of the shows as well. So they're out playing the East Coast. I think they played the Dismember show, and then I think they played their own show the next day in Philadelphia. So I think the Dismember show was in New York. I didn't really get a lot of information on that, but congratulations to the fucking Death Metal Underground, man. Fucking, making it happen. It's those 2 specific shows are definitely more DIY local promoter type cats, like John and Eric down in San Antonio, my guys. John had Ruin out last summer, part of the contingent with our brother Aaron from Go Throne Records that flew Ruin out to Texas for Houston and San Antonio shows. We just did a couple shows over a weekend, but John did the San Antonio show. So, and we made good friends with him. We'd already known Aaron, obviously. He's our brother, part of the cult. And then now John joined the cult too. So did Eric. So anyways, congratulations to everybody, and especially John and Eric in San Antonio on the Killer Festival. It looks like it was amazing. Back to the comp. There's Macrodex with their later logo, the Mighty Traumatic, and fucking amazing songs, heavy as fuck. And then the last couple of bands, the classic Tiamat logo and their old band photo, Ancient Entity. It's a killer song. And then Skull, like I said, not really into the Skull stuff, but it's all good. This comp fucking rules. Classic. There it is. Old school art. All right, sickos. Well, that was that. Those are the classic CD comps from the CD Comp Madness episode. There you go. I don't know if the glare is showing them. Pain in the ass. There we go. Those are the classics. Projections. PANTAGLIA. An Appointment with Fear. Go Hunt It Down. Lots of killer songs. Some of these killer bands appear on a couple of them because they rule, So, Traumatic, Cenotaph, Can't Go Wrong, Crematory. These are the cream of the crop of the underground death metal scene back then, of the early 90s. So, classic. But thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to do a quick video today, kind of like a bonus video for the weekend. Tomorrow, I got the big interview planned. Interview number 2. It's going to be hard to top the Caton interview, but we're going to fucking try. I got a heavy hitter. And just a quick hint on who it is. He is a mountain of fucking death metal and doom metal. So think about it. Old pal of mine, one of my oldest friends, actually. So in the meantime, enjoy. Welcome to Hell episode number 13, Comp CD Madness, part 1. And make sure you like, subscribe, comment, spread it around to the old school motherfuckers and the fans of the old school. So until then, I will see you. Have a good one. And a better one tomorrow, you fucking sickos. Who loves you, baby?